Okay, so I just watched No Country for Old Men, and honestly, it left me feeling kind of hollow in the best way. Like I didn't expect it to hit that hard, but it did. Quietly. Like a whisper that doesn't leave. So let me walk you through this. I'm gonna explain what this movie's really about. Not just the plot, but what it all means. The emotions. The characters. The symbols. Everything. Maybe I'll explain too much, but that's just how I process things. The plot seems simple, but it's not. At first, it feels straightforward. Llewellyn Moss finds a bag of drug money in the desert. He takes it and thinks he can handle whatever comes next. Then comes Anton Chigurh, this silent, terrifying hitman, chasing him. Sheriff Bell tries to piece it all together. But here's the twist. It's not really about the chase. It's not about catching the bad guy or even saving the day. It's about something deeper. It's about time. About evil. About how the world changes and leaves people behind. Anton Chigurh, evil without emotion. Chigurh is just chilling. And I don't mean cool. I mean cold. He kills people without blinking. Not out of anger, but out of some twisted logic. He flips coins to decide people's lives. That's what makes him so terrifying. He believes in randomness. Or at least pretends to. And that coin flip? It's not mercy. It's control. He acts like fate is choosing, but really it's just him hiding behind a coin, so he doesn't have to face the weight of his choices. He's more like a symbol than a person. He's the kind of evil you can't reason with. The kind that just exists. Sheriff Bell, the man who feels too small. Sheriff Bell breaks my heart. He's this old-school guy who believes in justice and decency. But now he's staring at crimes that feel bigger than him. Crueler. He keeps asking himself, when did the world become like this? When did it stop making sense? By the end, he's not even trying to stop the bad guys anymore. He just wants to understand why. That final dream he tells about his father carrying fire ahead. It's not just a dream. It's a longing. For guidance. For purpose. For peace. Moss. A man who thought he could win. Moss thinks he's the protagonist. And maybe we do too. He finds the money and thinks he can play the game. But the game doesn't follow rules. Chigurh doesn't care about courage or cleverness. He just follows his code. And then Moss dies. Just like that. Off-screen. It feels so casual it almost feels wrong. But that's the point. Death doesn't need a soundtrack. It just happens. And life goes on. So what's the point? The movie's title says it all. No Country for Old Men. This is a world that doesn't care if you're good or smart or brave. The old ways don't work anymore. The lines between right and wrong, they're blurry. And honestly, that makes everything scarier. It's about chaos. About randomness. About how even good people can't make sense of it all. And sometimes evil doesn't even explain itself. It just walks out the door and disappears. Symbolism. Here's what stuck with me. The coin. It looks like fate, but it's really a trick. Chigurh makes you think it's chance. But it's him every time. The desert, empty. Silent. No one's coming to help. You're alone out there. That's the truth. Bell's dream, it's not just about his father. It's about hope. About someone leading the way when everything feels dark. And waking up from that dream. That's the real ending. The ending? Yeah, that's it. So the movie ends with a quiet monologue. No climax. No answers. Just Bell, lost in thought. And then the screen goes black. At first I was like, wait, what? That's it. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized that silence is the answer. The world isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just gone. And that's what hurts the most. No Country for Old Men isn't about who wins or loses. It's about realizing that sometimes we don't get a clean ending. Sometimes the world is just confusing. And evil doesn't wear a mask. It walks right past us with a coin in its hand. It's haunting. It's quiet. And it's honest. Thanks for watching. This was Picture Mavericks. If the movie left you feeling kinda empty, then yes, same. That's the point.